Millions upon millions of Americans have turned to prescription medications to treat diabetes and lose weight. These GLP-1 drugs, better known by brand names like Ozempic, Wegovy, and others, are very popular. According to Gallup, about 15 million U.S. adults say they've used these injectable drugs to reduce their body weight, and some say those drugs can have serious negative health effects. Our senior investigative correspondent, Anna Werner, has been looking into that part of the story. Anna, good morning.
Good morning, Tony. Yeah, you know, many doctors say these GLP-1 medications can offer dramatic benefits for patients, but some patients say they've had serious side effects, ranging from nausea and vomiting to needing emergency surgery. Even doctors admit they can't always know who might experience these rare complications, like one woman from Pennsylvania.
Diabetes is rampant in my family, and I knew that all plays with weight.
Juanita Gantz struggled with her weight. At age 62, she weighed 242 pounds. Yet the most she could lose trying various diets, she says, was about 20 pounds.
I almost felt defeated and humiliated. I mean, why couldn't I lose this weight?
Then she saw ads for drugs, including Ozempic. Her doctor agreed that because of her diabetes risk, she was a good candidate for one of those drugs and prescribed her Wegovy and later Ozempic, both GLP-1 drugs made by Novo Nordisk.
How were you feeling?
I was feeling fine. I enjoyed the days that I didn't have to worry about my appetite. I didn't, have cravings. I just felt like I was doing something positive for myself.
But several months later, in October 2023, Gantz's husband found her on the floor unconscious. This photo was taken by her daughter, a nurse at the hospital where Gantz was taken.
I had no idea what had happened to me.
Doctors found parts of her large intestine had died. It had to be removed. Then, while recovering from surgery, she went into cardiac arrest, prompting the hospital to call her daughter to warn her her mother could die.
It breaks my heart that my daughter got that phone call. It's horrible. Underneath here is...
Gantz wanted to show us how she lives now. With her colon gone, she has a bag called an ileostomy bag attached to her abdomen at all times to collect waste.
I had no warning that this was even a possibility.
She's now suing drug maker Novo Nordisk, claiming its drug labels do not adequately warn patients and doctors about potentially serious side effects, including gastroparesis or stomach paralysis and bowel obstruction. Gantz's attorney, Parvin Amino-Roya.
It's put a lot of resources into marketing the drug, hundreds of millions of dollars to expand the market, get new patients for the drug, but it hasn't spent that money on warning patients of the risk of gastroparesis, ileus, small bowel obstruction, and the fact that these injuries can be severe, even if it's in a rare case.
Novo Nordisk declined to do an on-camera interview, but in a statement said the known risks and benefits of the medicines are described in their FDA-approved product labeling. The company wrote that the allegations in these lawsuits are without merit, and the company intends to vigorously defend against these claims. Many doctors do regard the drugs as key tools for patients. CBS News medical contributor and KFF Health News editor-at-large, Dr. Celine Gounder.
They are game changers in many ways. And not only are they helping people lose weight, control their diabetes, but we're seeing improvement in many medical conditions which are related to being obese or overweight. But at the same time, patients do need to be aware that there are risks. Those are not necessarily risks that are outweighed by the benefits in every situation.
A study published in October did find a higher risk of bowel obstruction and stomach paralysis for patients taking certain GLP-1 drugs for weight loss when compared with another weight loss drug combination. Those complications were relatively rare, but study co-author Dr. Mohit Sodhi says,
it's really important for patients to kind of put that into context, that their individual risk may potentially be low, but that doesn't mean it can't happen to them.
Gantz says she wants others to know about her experience.
This should not have happened to me. It just should not have happened to me. If it happened to me, it could happen to you.
Novo Nordisk also told us that semaglutide, the drug sold under the Ozempic and Wegovy brand names, has been extensively examined in robust clinical development programs and large real-world evidence studies. The company did not address our questions about the specific conditions that Gant says happened to her. In court documents, they've previously said that gastrointestinal symptoms are known and labeled side effects of these medicines. The question being obviously raised by the lawsuits, what they are contending is that the warnings were not enough. Were the labels enough? That's the question that'll be argued in court probably at some point.
Wow.
You keep hearing about all the benefits
Yeah.
aside from weight loss, and then you hear a story like that. I'm just it's so scary to think that it happened so quickly and with no warning. That's what I'm trying to figure out, what happened there.
Yeah, I mean, at least for Juanita Gant, she said she didn't feel well the night before. She told her husband, I'm not feeling that great. And then
Just
you know,
that
the
one
day
night
or
before.
so, yeah, she really didn't have, that was my question. Did you have symptoms?
Yeah,
Was there something
yeah.
that warned you? And she said, no, it's going to be individual for individual people.
Yeah.
And I think that what the doctors are saying, and our Dr. John LaPook, I think, would say as well, is that it's a question of sort of risk-benefit ratio to some degree. You know, as Dr.
That's still
Gounder
considered
said,
rare.
Yeah.
What happened to her, right?
relatively rare is
Yeah.
what Dr. LaPook told me. Relatively
serious.
rare.
But serious.
But 100% if it happens to you, as he put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
All right, Anna.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.